one more program using decision making ladder if else if statements. Let's try to understand what this program is expecting us to solve. It says that given two numbers, divide the larger one by the smaller one. Normally it looks a very simple problem, but you need to be careful here because there are at least 3 or 4 cases where you can land in trouble. The first case is if both the numbers happen to be 0. The second case, when one number happens to be 0 and other happens to be positive. And the third case where one of them is 0 and the other is positive. Basically what I'm trying to tell here is number A is positive, number B is 0, or number A is 0 and number B is positive. So these three conditions are the problematic conditions. We really need to deal with it. So to get a clear understanding of this problem and the logic, in the description section of this particular video, there is a link to the algorithm where everything about this problem is discussed in detail. So here we're not going to discuss too much about the details. We're just going to see how we're going to take our approach to solving this particular problem. So first is I am declaring two variables of the type integer, number A and number B. Then I'm asking the user to enter the first and second number respectively. Then I'm going to deal with the three problematic cases. The first case is if number A is equal to 0 and number B also happens to be equal to 0. In this particular problem case, I cannot have an answer to 0 by 0 error, 0 by 0 division. So I say error 0 by 0 division error. Okay, this is the error message I print and I get out of this particular program. Now the next option is, or the next problem case is, number A may be 0 and number B may be positive. So this is also a problem. So what I'm going to say is else if. Okay, I'm going to be a little lazy here again, just going to do a cut and paste so that it's a lot more easy. Okay, so in the else if here, so what I'm doing here is I'm just going to paste here. Here I'm going to say if number A equal to 0 and number B greater than 0. That means B is the bigger number. Since it is a positive number, I cannot divide the positive number by 0. So I am going to get a 0 by 0 division error or a positive number by 0 division error. So this is a 0 division error. Then the next case can be number B can be 0 and number A can be greater than 0. That also is a problem case. So I'm going to write it like this. Okay. So here this is also a problem because number B is 0, number A is greater than 0. So a positive number by divided by 0, there is no answer to it in maths. That's why you're going to get a divide by 0 error or a 0 division error. Then the next two cases are quite simple because all that I need to do is I need to check whether A is bigger than B or A is equal to B. Suppose I am checking number A is greater than number B. Okay, if number A is greater than number B, quite simple. Percentage D is the result of DIVI, result of division. And what it's going to do? It's going to say number A divided by number B. Now the only other possibility left is either number B is greater than number A or number B is equal to number A. So in the else condition, what I shall do is I shall just put this thing here. Else, I don't need to check anything. I'm just going to take this particular chap here and copy it here. If this logic is looking a little odd to you, please take a look at the video in the description section. So that the algorithm for this is given in the description section of this video. By clicking on that, you will get a detailed explanation of how this particular program should work. But anyway, I'll still try to explain it with the help of a few data points and few numbers. All right. So what I am doing is I'm going to read in two numbers. Let us say the first time I read number A is 0 as well as number B happens to be 0. So what will happen is number A is equal to 0 and number B is equal to 0. I should not be using the English and, I should be using and number B is equal to 0. So let me change everywhere. Then I'll go ahead with the explanation. Okay. Okay, now it's fine. So let's say the initially both the numbers are 0. Number A is 0, number B is 0. So there's no question of which is bigger or smaller. But if you try to divide them, you will get a 0 by 0 division error. Okay. So what is going to happen is you're going to get a 0 by 0 division error. So I have taken case of zeros and zeros. Second case, let us say number A is 0 and number B is 5. So this condition is false. Number A is 0, number B is this number because 5 is greater than 0. So it will print 0 division error and it will halt. Now let's take one more case. Let's say number B is 0 and number A is 10. So this condition is false, this condition is false, this condition is true because 10 is greater than 0 and number B is equal to 0. So again you're going to get a 0 by 0 divide, sorry, you're going to get a positive number by 0 division error. Now let's take a third case. Let's take 0 and minus 10. Number A is 0, number B is minus 10. Now this is false, this is false, this is false. Since number A is 0, 0 is definitely greater than minus 10. So 0 upon minus 10, the result is going to print as 0. Let's take one more case now. Let's say number B is 20 and number A is 10. So in this case, it will automatically come to the else and it will do 20 upon 10, which is going to be 2. Now, as usual, let's try to run through these test cases to see if this code is compiling and working. So let's take this number 0 by and 0 first. 0 by 0 division error and it is halting. Let's take one more case. Let's take 9 and 0. Okay, A is 9 and B is 0. So it should come to this particular else if. Okay, sorry, it should come to this particular else if. Again you're getting a 0 division error. Let's run it again. Let's take 0 and 77. Now if you see, again you're getting a 0 division error. Now I'll run it one last time. Let me give it the value minus 9 and 0. So minus 9 is less than 0. So 0 upon minus 9, the answer is going to be 0. So 0 is the result of the division. This particular program is also going to be in the description section of this particular video. So look at the code, look at my explanation, look at the algorithm and be sure you really understand the logic as to why we have done all these particular things. So I hope this gets you a very good understanding about given two numbers, how do you divide the larger number by the smaller one, but also being careful about extreme conditions that can cause the program to crash or give a divide by 0 error.